Hello fellow Bitcoiners! For this episode we're going to be looking at zombie waves. If you install it by the ZBD app, you can earn satoshis while doing what you were probably going to do anyway. ZBD is a play games and earn Bitcoin app. I'm going to be giving you my top 10 starter tips to maximize your chance at reaching the second to last reward for completing 35 levels in 30 days. At this point in time, that's going to give you 123,120 satoshis. If you take the $9.99 package for 13,680 satoshis, that is, but we'll get into that later. Also, FYI, I only know American currency, so you'll need to do your own math on that. Disclaimer, all tips, prices, and rewards are valid as to the date this video is being made. Changes to the game, prices, and rewards are probably inevitable, so keep an eye out for those changes and adjust accordingly until I can update, if I update. Pre-tip. Make sure you get the install icon lit up in yellow in ZBD on the game page to make sure it's keeping track of your game, so you don't end up spending money on a game that you're not going to be able to get rewarded for. Tip number 1. Pick up the XP Helper robot as soon as you verify you're going to get credit. It's well worth the 99 cents. Rather than running around trying to pick up every single piece of XP to get your skills up, it will gather them automatically and send them to you after a certain amount of time. Tip number 2. Premium monthly pass for $9.99 is also a day one buy. It should count as a $9.99 pack. No ads, lots of gems. It's basically free as the sats gained in ZBD from the $9.99 pack cost roughly the same as the Bitcoin that you'd buy directly. So you're basically buying Bitcoin outright, but also giving yourself an in-game advantage. Gear tree. Tip number 3. Gear is probably going to be the most important thing that you can work on early that you wish you had known earlier. Early on it seems like it will be easy and you can just pick it up whenever, but let's look at the math. To make one gold level equipment craft, you'll need 2 3-star purple, which you'll need 4 2-star purple, equaling 8, 1-star purple equaling 16, 0-star purple equal 48, blue equal to 144, and green equal to 432 gray. So let's take a look at getting gear and what it will take to farm gear out. Low 30s levels give 2 to 6 gear. We'll say an average of 4 if you get the camp add-ons to get more gear. There are 6 types of gear, so at a 1 in 6 chance of that gear, averaging 4 means a 2/3 chance to get that gear type. There are 6 types of gear, so at 1 in 6 chance of that gear, averaging 4 means a 2/3 chance to get that gear type. Or 648 battles to craft 1 0-star gold per type. Tip number 4. Building off of tip 3, don't waste energy on pushing up levels. Farm gear a level or 2 lower than you're aiming for. You definitely want to complete the challenge stages. But don't bang your head up against one that you'll be able to do later with better gear. Go back a level or 2 and make sure you can kill both bosses and farm your gear up a bit until you can beat the challenge stage decently. There are a few bosses I like to farm because they stay somewhat stable and don't take a lot of effort to avoid. Tip number 5. Purple gear has a bonus skill. Make sure you're not using it on something useless like lightning. You can manually upgrade each item so that you have the right bonus skills to maximize your efficiency. Tip number 6. AWP as your weapon is elite. As of the making of this video, you can try out other weapons at no cost, but as of right now, you can base your playstyle off of this. AoEs like Smite, Withering Glare, and Fragmentation you can push through to move up levels quick. It's not available right away, but you can still get the same trees, just focus on reload time so that you're down to 1 ammo and reloading fast with the earlier weapons. Tip number 7. The 4 most important trees. Light type, Smite. Reload type, Damage type, Sight type, Withering Glare. Let's start with one you'll be able to get early on and use a lot. Smite. This tree works amazingly with the AWP and with the mini clip ability later. Every time you reload it, it causes a light AoE to damage any enemies in the area. I try to get the second in the tree, Divinity, early so that I can get more hit points early. Next on the tree is Sanctity. This will have Smite deal more damage per max hit point. After that, I only go to the 3rd level ability, Forbearance, if I think I'm going to have to eat some damage. The Smite tree might be the most important and has amazing synergy with the reload and HP trees. Next up is the reload type. Though this could easily be the number 1 tree once you have the AWP, it will send your DPS through the roof. I'll try to get up this tree as quickly as possible, but avoid field fittings, reload speed plus 2 bullets at first. It does not overwrite mini clip, so if you get it after mini clip, you'll just add reload speed. Adding bullets to the clip will cut down on the amount of reloads and drop your DPS, mainly from Smite and other talents, through the basement. Sometimes I'll get it right before killing an elite when I've already gotten Death Reap, just so I have it. But for that time, you'll be able to see the difference in DPS. Miniclip is my first of 3 staple elite talent drops. Third tree is the damage type. The most important talent in this tree is Fragmentation. This will cause enemies to shoot out 3 lesser bullets when they die. It makes for an amazing AoE. Ultimate Bullet is my second of the 3 staple elite talent drops. I try to get this tree up early as well. Lastly, in the important trees is Withering Glare. Can you live without it? Yes. Should you, if you don't have to? No. Especially on higher difficulty levels, the extra time to kill zombies will be extremely helpful, and in challenge levels that are at night, you'll be able to see more of the map. The second talent is on the right side of this tree is really good too. Evil Eye makes the Withering Glare AoE also trigger bullet effects like Freeze, Burn, and Curse. I make sure to get up this tree and then make sure to pick up at least the first level of the Freeze, Burn, and Curse trees. The elite drop for this tree, Insight, is also the 3rd staple elite talent drop, as causes all enemies in range to take 30% more damage. Most people will think I'm crazy because it's important for the first talent in the tree for crowd control, but up to level 35 it's probably not the first talent you need. I don't think it's as important damage-wise, and it isn't something you need to get to the end of the tree early for, but when you're pushing up on a harder level, I will definitely get this earlier rather than later. Tip number 8, Elite Talents. I mentioned Elite Talents earlier, but there are a few things to explain. Elite Talents only drop from Elite Zombies. On the normal campaign, there will be 3 of them per level and 9 minutes and 50 seconds left. 5 minutes left and 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. The elite talents are only dropped by elite zombies and only if you progress to the 3rd tier of the talent tree. The drop will not rot. So if you haven't made it to the top of the talent tree, you can leave it there, wait to get some more XP, and then pick it up when you're ready. If you pick it up and haven't reached the top of a talent tree, it will let you pick up from random non-elite talents, which can be a waste of an opportunity. Tip number 9. 4 most useless trees. Fire Rate type, Shock type, Storm type, Pickup type. I'm just going to go through these quick as they are pretty much the most useless talents for the setup I recommended. You can try them on your own with different builds, but for the AWP build on normal levels and even challenge, they should be the last option unless you have a very specific tactical use for them. Fire Rate type does absolutely nothing when you've only got 1 bullet, which you're aiming for. I would absolutely never take these. Shock type seems cool, but would be more useful on something like an assault rifle with high fire rate. This and the Storm type. Storm type can be useful for Apex Trial when you need speed or if there's nothing else to pick. The Pickup type should never be needed if you're followed. Finally, as it's hard to find this info, the advised power to reach level 35 is 360k power. It's doable lower. I did it at 302k power. I also got lucky and got the Carnage Tactical Trousers, which give you an extra projectile. Look out for gear vouchers, they are available in a few of the daily trial shops. Bonus tips. Get in the best guild. The best guilds will give you the best guild rewards to pump your power up fast. If you listen to the tips and you're not on a server filled with whales, you should end up ahead of the crowd anyway and will have the power to stay in that guild and keep at the top ranks of most of the trials and events for the 30 days or so it will take to get your sats. Sweeps are not unlimited. Play them for times when you won't be able to play to keep energy flowing and manually farm when you have the time.